Hello everyone, I'm Tim from Tim's PC, and I build custom PCs to suit anyone's needs or budget. Also live stream my builds and repairs for transparency and educational purposes. So if you would like to get an awesome new PC and you'd like to see it get put together live, send me a message today. What are you laughing at?
I'll show you. I'll zoom in. Oh wait, you can't see. Wait. It's just your face in there.
Oh, you're laughing at a still of my face.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, hello everyone.
Sorry.
Hey Bradley, how you going? Good to have you with us. My wife's just distracting me by laughing at bullshit. Yeah, you know how it is. Women, right? You know I'm fucking around. You know I'm fucking around. Alrighty, so we've got another all black build here tonight. So yeah, exciting times. And yeah, let's get right into it. There's not really too much to say about this one. This is the third Darker Than My Soul build. People just seem to like that title. I just put that in as a joke. I was just being stupid, but people seem to actually really like that title for it. So this is the third version of it, I guess you could say. So you might notice there's no graphics card here, and the reason why is I made a stuff up last night, and the card that we installed in the PC last night was actually meant for this PC right here. So we're going to be taking that card out of the PC from last night, and we're going to be putting it in this PC here tonight. So we do have an RTX 3060 Ti to go with this. So let's go through the components here. So we've got the Ryzen 5600G here. So the reason is these were a really good special, and they are essentially just as good as a 5600X at gaming. You don't need to use the onboard graphics, but you can use the onboard graphics if you want. So the advantage of having a CPU with onboard graphics, even if you have a graphics card, is you can do things like run a stats screen for your computer that has all your statistics and stuff at like a single display of the desktop. And you could be doing that without impacting your graphics card performance. So for some people that's ideal. And also if you were using the graphics card for some sort of rendering project, you could run your display from the onboard graphics, which would free up the load on your graphics card. So there's a couple of reasons why that's a thing. You'll notice that with the Intel chips, they pretty much all come with onboard graphics unless they have the F at the end of the name, which means that they don't have onboard graphics. So anyway, we'll have a look at this one obviously when we test it and run the benchmarks. We've got our old friend here, the MSI B550 Pro VDH Wi-Fi motherboard. We'll have a look at that one when we unbox it. We've got 6 black fans here to go in our place. Oh, I'm just wrecking the place. So we got 3 Asus ones and 3 Silverstone ones here. And we've got 32 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance LPX 3200 MHz CL16 memory here. So we're going to have a full 32 gigabytes here. We've got a 500 gigabyte Kingston NV1, and we've got a Silicon Power 1 terabyte SATA SSD here. So plenty of storage as well. And we're going to be powering it all with a Cooler Master Watt 750 watt power supply, 80 plus bronze with the 5-year warranty there. So a good unit. This will allow Nick to upgrade his graphics card if he wanted to. If he wanted to stick like a big 3080 in there or something like that, that would be totally fine. This case here, this supports full-size motherboards, full-size graphics cards, full-size coolers, all that kind of stuff. So no worries for whatever he wants to do with it into the future. So, and yeah, obviously our case here, it's the same case from last night, the Deep Cool Matrex 50. So, who else we got here?
I enjoy watching these builds.
Ah, awesome, Brad. That's great, man. I'm glad you enjoy it. So, we'll just have a quick look at this board here tonight. We're starting a little bit later, and obviously you've seen me use this board quite a bit because it's essentially the best value for money AM4 motherboard that you can get right now. These come in, you pick these motherboards up here that I've got. You can pick them up for about 150 bucks. It's the B550 chipset. It's got onboard Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.1. It's got dual M2 slots, 4 memory slots, multiple RGB headers, 5 fan headers, USB-C front panel connection header. It's got, from my perspective, when I compare motherboards, this is like a really, really good motherboard because it's got a lot of features at a low price. So in terms of getting my customers the best value for their money, you'll see me use like some of the same motherboards like this over and over again because they just represent the best value. And obviously when it comes to a PC, the motherboard is one of the last things that it's worth spending a large amount of money on. It's much more important to have a good CPU, good memory, and a good graphics card in terms, and a good SSD even, to your system performance. Once you get all those things really good, then yeah, look at the really good motherboard with really good power delivery and all that kind of thing. But until you sort of reach that level, it's not worth dropping. You know, it's like you wouldn't get like a $500, $700 motherboard and put like an i3 on it and like some crappy like low-end graphics card or something like that. It just would not. You just say to that person, man, you're doing it wrong unless you're an extreme motherboard enthusiast and you just have no need for the extra power. It's not worth spending that money. It's not like your computer's going to go that much faster. There is differences between motherboards and stuff like that, and a lot of the times motherboards, especially the high-end ones, will have like automatic overclock settings that get applied, so it gives the illusion that it's a faster motherboard, but really it's just settings there in the background, and you can do the same thing on various different boards. The key thing is the power delivery, the heat dissipation rating and stuff like that as to how hard you can push a motherboard. But anyway, we'll just go around the board here quickly. We've got 8 pins of CPU power. We've got heatsink here on the MOSFET VRM. We've got our AM4 socket. We have 4 slots for our memory, dual channel memory across 4 slots. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 fan headers on this board. We have 4 SATA ports, single USB 3. We have 2 5-volt RGB headers, 2 12-volt RGB headers, twin USB 2 headers. As I said, we've got a USB-C front panel connection on this board, dual M2 slots, and Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.1. So all in all, a very, very well equipped motherboard for what it is. And this is the MSI B550M Pro VDH Wi-Fi motherboard. Alrighty, so let's get started here. So we don't have a cooler here, which isn't going to be a problem for this configuration. Yes. So yeah, Nick will be able to spend all weekend playing on his computer. He'll be able to pick it up like tomorrow after work. I don't know if he works on Fridays. I'm going to assume that he works on Friday. So he might be able to just pick it up on his way home from work. Alrighty, let's drop our CPU in. There we go. And we are going to be using our cooler here. So we just get a standard Wraith Stealth cooler here with our 5600G. And just need to remove these brackets here. You can use the same backplate here. We don't have to worry about changing the backplate or anything. But we do have to remove these. It's been a while since I've installed one of these. No, I mean 5600X is kind of that's okay with a stock cooler. AMD ship them with the stock coolers, and they do run completely fine with the stock cooler. But it's when people want to overclock and do all that kind of stuff that, or if they want to put them in really demanding workloads like doing excessive video rendering and stuff like that, then it's really important to make sure that you upgrade it even on a 5600G or 5600X. But they'll run fine for gaming just on the stock cooler. You don't need to worry about it. And so the trick to these is just screwing down like just a couple of turns with the screwdriver on all four just to get them started. Because if not, it can be a pain. I think this one's not in place. Yeah, this one's not in place. Oh, neither of them are. Yep, see, this is what's happened. See, I've screwed these down now, and now I can't screw down the other side. You've got to do it evenly on these. I should shut up while I'm trying to do it. So talking about what I'm doing and then fail at actually doing it. Yeah. Hey man, how you going? I'm gonna stick it up. There we go. That's looking better. Yes. Ah. Yeah, so Windows 11 launch is like next week, I think it is. End of next week or something. It's very soon. It's coming soon. And if you have Windows 10 and you have TPM 2.0 installed on your motherboard, you can upgrade it for free. So I don't have TPM 2.0 in my main rig. Christine doesn't have it in hers, but I should be able to do something about that. Oh, what's that doing? I thought my graphics card was stuffing up, but on my screen it was searching for every space on the screen. It made all these yellow spaces come up all over the web page. I was like, what the hell is my card artifacting? No. So we can just plug this fan into the CPU fan header here. Yeah. Hey Rodney, how you going?
Andrew wants to know also, did you peel the label of the CPU?
Yes. So there's no label to peel off on the bottom of the stock coolers there.
And
they come with pre-applied thermal compounds, so they're pretty idiot proof. So I'll show you. They come packaged like this. They come with this tray. So the cooler sits in there, and in the middle of it, that's where the thermal paste is. So the thermal paste doesn't make contact with anything in shipping. And then you pick it up, you take this plate off the top of the cooler, and then you've just got, even if you put it down, the thermal paste won't sit on the desk because of the height of the screws there. They've done their homework at making it idiot proof. So if you stuff up putting one of these on, then yeah, there's probably no helping you. The hardest thing is just screwing it on correctly, getting that nice and even. How do I find it? What we're talking about TPM 2.0 here, I'm thinking. So TPM 2.0 is a little security chip. You'll hear me talk about the TPM header on the motherboard. So it's just a little security chip that you need to install. Okay, let's just grab a screw here. And we'll leave the top slot so if Nick wants to install another NVMe SSD, he can do that nice and easily without trying to get in under the graphics card. That can always be pretty fun. We've got a SATA SSD for later. Now we've just got our memory here. Yep. Is it Optiplex 760? Is that TPM 2.0 or is it old school TPM? I'm not the most familiar guy when it comes to Dell models and specs. No, there's no stupid questions. I like this sort of thing while I'm building it. Sort of makes for a more entertaining content because I sort of run out of things to say, if you know what I mean. Because like I'm just doing stuff that I've been doing for years, and I don't know what people don't know. So is Kim okay? Hey Kim, how you going? Good to have you with us. First person chiming in on YouTube. We always forget about YouTube. We try not to forget about our YouTube viewers. About to call them my YouTube watchers. How good am I? I done good? Yes. Do I English good? Yes.
Buddy, what are you doing? Do you not want to play in boxing?
Sweet. So there it is, looks nice with our nice set of black Corsair RAM there. And so our motherboard is all ready to go. So now we can turn our attention to the case. So we've got a few fans to put on, power supply to install. Get all these bolts together so I don't lose them. So easy to lose stuff on my desk. One day this desk is going to shatter while I'm live and I'll go viral. I'll get like 1 million views. Watch as dude totally fucks up building PC on glass table. See, at least I can laugh at myself. I'm not too, what's the word, proud? I ain't no proud boy.
No. Oh, please, no.
No.
No. Oh, cool. Kim K says, I watch your live streaming every day. Greetings from Egypt.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. Great to have you with us from over in Northern Africa.
Can't wait one day.
I'd love to go to Egypt. Okay. So I might start by putting some fans in place here. I think we'll put our Asus ones on the front here. Yeah.
Josh says new TPM 2.0 the performance also.
Ah, sweet. Yep. Well, yeah, you're all ready to go then, man. You don't have to worry about this stuff. What?
Oh, Ronnie wants to know, do you think the final season of the Kardashians will be a big hit?
There's a stupid question. There's a stupid question. Just.
But if it was the Kardashians, that might be a bit different.
Yeah, now the Kardashians, not the Kardashians.
Kardashians.
Yeah. Yeah, you got me. You got me there. If it's keeping up with the Kardashians, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. I'd like seeing Gol Dukat's house, if he has a house. Sorry, if people don't know what I'm talking about, this is a Star Trek reference.
We're nerds.
There's an alien race called the Cardassians. So there's some funny memes of like keeping up with the Cardassians and like pictures of all these like alien things.
So,
Yeah.
Peter wants to know what's the process in buying a PC from you. Do you do your shopping for parts or I supply or both okay?
Both okay. Yeah. So if you, I mean, obviously it's easier if you live local to supply me with the parts, because if not, you've got to ship it to me, obviously. But yeah, that's fine. That's fine as well. Either can be negotiated. I'm buying parts all the time, so it's never a problem for me to supply parts for a build. And yeah, I match umart.com.au on part prices. So that's pretty much how I roll. They are cheaper for certain key items, and it means that for things that I can't get cheaper, I just match their price, which just keeps things simple. And yeah. And so yeah, with regards to placing an order, probably just best to send me a message on Facebook. It's probably the easiest way. You can email as well if that's more your thing. But yeah. So get these 3 on the front here, and 3 on the back, and we will have nice balanced airflow. So that's the main thing you want to worry about when you build a PC, is having balanced airflow through your case, and especially if you've got a graphics card, you basically need to add more fans to your case with the graphics card, because you need better airflow through the case, because the graphics card will put out a fair bit of heat into the case. So we've got a 5600G build coming up real soon that is just a 5600G build, so no graphics card, and I believe I believe it's going in a case like this, but there's only going to be 2 fans, one on the front, one on the back. Because any more than that would actually just be overkill for that setup. So it's not always a straightforward process. Okay, so we've got 3 fan cables here, nice short ones, which I actually prefer. So they're all sorted. Oh, we've got one NZXT one. I'll put the NZXT one on the back, and I'll put the other ones up top. Yeah.
Is it possible to get your 60 Hz monitor to 100 Hz because I'm trying to get 100 Hz
Oh no, you can't. You're not going to get 100 Hz from. Yeah. No, sorry, man. I wish I could tell you. I wish I was not the bearer of bad news there, but yeah, you'll need to get a different monitor. Wow, that. What the hell? These fan bolts are like too thin to fit on this fan. That is pretty weird. What? Geez, maybe that's why this was in the spare pile. Really? Alright, this is going on someone's push-pull configuration. Oh wait, I can't even do that with this fucking thing. No, we are gonna use this. We use it as a free fan installed on someone's cooler. But I'm gonna have to get the Dremel out and actually cut this to make it compatible to put onto a cooler. What have we got here? It's the same fan, but it's got another company's reflective sticker on it. So I like uniformity. I don't like random looking mismatched fans. So as you can see, these are like generic fans that different companies just put their sticker on. They're made from the same mold. And that's the thing with this industry, is that a lot of things are kind of like that. Usually like one company that's making a shitload of them, and maybe one or two other places that maybe make a little bit of it. Yeah, you wouldn't get to 120 or whatever. No. Like you can overclock. You can overclock pretty much anything you want, right? But yeah. Okay, take 2 on the fan. See, that is better. What's up?
I shouldn't put this sticky on. It'll cracked glass on my phone. It's
Your phone's like 3 years old anyway. You're getting a new one soon. You're attached to it. Well, it's the best phone you've had until now, and until you get this much better phone. Okay. While I'm looking at it, I might put the Motherboard Io Shield in. Go. And we're going to be utilising slots 1 and 2 on this. So I've got one pop-out bracket to deal with. And there's also this really shitty bracket up here. Look at this. Do you want that on the back of your computer? It's just like plain metal. It doesn't even look the same as the other bits on the back. It's totally different. It's not even the same shade of black. No one needs that in their life. Okay, so I'll put these 2 fans on the top. Power this in DC if you wanted to. Alrighty, home stretch. good. So now we have all of our fans installed. We'll put our magnetic dust filter back on the top. We'll get some power sorted. Okay, so we're not going to need all these cables. So I don't need that. I don't need that. Don't need that. I do need these two. Alrighty, so we've got some spare cables there to be used another time. If you are looking for your connection, you will find it in this bundle. I'm going to put one in, I'm going to put our SSD on one of these trays here. One of these. And these spare cables, these can go underneath where that will go. And then we're going to need this one, and we're going to need this one. And obviously we need these two. What's up?
I was looking at my phone, I just looked up and really said, I only want 50 Shades of Tim with grey. He says, is everyone ready for the Panthers to win the grand final in beautiful Brisbane Vegas?
Yeah, that's coming up. If they can, yeah, if there's no lockdown. Isn't that like still potentially happening here?
Yeah, that could potentially happen either tomorrow or Saturday.
Queensland government, yeah, they'll start it on Friday.
But maybe they'll hold out, wait for the grand final and call
Yeah.
it on Monday.
Oh no, they'll wait for they'll do it on Friday. They've done it before on Friday, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Well, we're ready to get our motherboard into the case, just about. I think
From
we've got
these
a...
sets, they just reduced the crowd by getting
Oh, really? Yeah, okay. The bargaining begins. Alrighty, what have we got here?
Robbie says New South Wales is out down on Monday 11th of October, but watch Gladys change her mind.
Oh. Go. Very good. And so this cable here can be largely tied up as well. There we go. Got our SATA SSD powered there. So now we're definitely ready. We just need... Where is my blue screwdriver gone? We need to install a couple of different offsets in the motherboard here. I need a total of 4 additional offsets. And make sure you got the right offsets in place. If not, you'll have a bad time. Alrighty, so we are all ready to put our motherboard down in the case. So because we've got a micro ATX board in an ATX case, we will need to hide some of these cables behind the motherboard to make sure it looks nice and clean. So we got nothing else going behind the board at the top, I don't think. Maybe a little bit on the side there, but that should be fine for now. Alright, so we've got our CPU power connector, and then we've got our 6 fans, our motherboard power, graphics card, front panel connections, all the good stuff. Go. Okay, so as for the rest of our fans, these ones on the front, I'm going to use this 1:3 splitter. There we go, and then this 1:3 splitter can go over here. There we go. And so we've got these front fans connected just there. Nice and easy. Now for the rest of these cables, we're going to have a bit of a cable route along the top here, coming down I think. There should be room to do that with the USB 3. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, so let's get these front panels out of the way. So I just slid them behind the board there. Plug in our power switch, our reset switch, and our power LEDs. These are the two individual ones. Nice and neat at the bottom there. And then we've also got a USB 2 and a front panel audio. So they're also going to come around the top here. There's our front panel audio, that should come through. and our USB 2.0. Go, and front panel audio. There we go, and that's the only three things that we're plugging in down the bottom of our motherboard there. So I'll just get one zip tie here to tie these cables up here in position. And then we've just got 3 extra fans here to mount. So we've got 1, 2 headers there. So I might go or do I just nah, let's keep it real simple here. I lie, I'm going to plug one more thing down the bottom. Fit it down there. It's getting caught on. There you are, you bastard. Come over here to your new home. Right there. And we've got this one here. There we go. And so we now have all of our fans hooked up. We've just got a USB 3.0 cable we're going to plug in just here on the side. And we've got some Sata cables. And we've probably got a few more. Got so many of these spare. just going to go ahead and install all 4 of these, so you don't have to worry about adding any other SATA drives. They normally give you 2. There we go, it looks pretty neat. Alright, so we might put the rest of the motherboard screws in place now. We've well and truly got everything in place. That's a different sized offset that's in there. You're going to need a bigger bolt. There we go. They just can't work out between them what size bolts they want to use for the offset. It's just too much. Too much. Okay. So now we've got some SATA cables and stuff out the back. We've got a PCIe power cable for our graphics card. We've got our main motherboard power here. So we will plug that in around here. Alrighty. Okay, so it's graphics card time. So here's our PC from last night. Because I can apparently not read the invoice, we will be removing this one. and we'll be putting it in the correct PC tonight. So at least we already know the graphics card works. We will press down our plastic clip, and what's holding that in place? Jesus, what's that? Oh. Oh, there was a bolt screwed in the top as well. That's that crappy bracket. Let's remove that crappy bracket. Because I got a million much nicer ones. There we go. Put this one back. And this is getting a Gigabyte Gaming OC RTX 3060 Ti. There we go. Now this can just be put down to the side until we get the correct cards in. And now we can put our card in this one. Yeah, so don't be too fooled by the size. This is actually a pretty high performance card, these Asus Dual ones. The minis here are designed to be put into little tiny ITX cases and still like not melt. So they're actually decent performing little cards. Perfect. And then I think pretty much just like last night, we'll do the same thing. We'll come in from up the top here. And so it stays nice and clean at the bottom. So yeah, here's another very dark rig. So all I've got left out the back is just a few Sata cables. Everything else is tucked away pretty good back there. I'm not going to bother using any more zip ties. You could manicure the shit out of this, but there's not really much point. Our Sata cables. I'm just going to leave most of them sort of down here in the corner. And then we've just got one that needs to be plugged in down here. But we'll plug that in once we start our Windows install. So the main thing you want with your cable management at the back is you want the panel to go on with ease. So it should be nice and flush all the way on the bottom and nice and flush all the way on the top. It should be easy to just close it up. If you've done that, you've done your cable management well. There's really no further criteria because you don't look at what's on the back panel all day. So keep it simple, keep it functional, make sure it's nice and easy to close that back panel, and then you can pat yourself on the back. Alrighty. So moment of truth time. So we know that the graphics card is okay because we've already tested that last night. As for everything else, we will see. Power, got display, some peripherals. And install our Wi-Fi antennae. And we'll get a Windows installation USB going on there. And we'll also plug in my SSD for the purpose of making sure our BIOS is up to date. Alrighty, so power supply switch on, and you're not going to see much because it's all black, but you'll see a little bit of light inside the case on the graphics card and motherboard. Alright, I'll just share the screen with you. That's those high performance fans. We'll have to take them off DC power mode because that is very loud. I can feel the airflow from some of these front fans. Alright, we're posting. Very good. I like that. Okay, so before I do anything else, I'm going to put all of our fans onto PWM mode. Alright, let's get this update done.
Dropbox family plan gives you and 5 loved ones.
Oh my gosh. He's trying to read something on ads playing in the background. I hate that.
Okay. So while that's going on, we can put our front panel back on. And that should be the... Oh, actually no, because I haven't put those bloody fans on. I unhooked them. I'm like, it's silent now, everything's sweet. BIOS is updating, let's just put it back together. No. The fans are on cyclone mode. Fans should all be on PWM mode by default, in my opinion. won't see it. He won't see it.
Yes. Oh. Is it custom?
Custom, yep. Drive 0. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're learning. So now we can plug in any additional SATA drives.
You right?
I am now. Alright, here's the cyclonic fans.
Scared the shit out of the cat.
Ah. What's up?
I can't find my keys.
I can find my keys.
Yeah, but that's not him. Oh, that one.
Now we can plug in some internet. Alright, this won't take too long. Never does. Okay, so we got Windows Update going on. We need Dragon Center. Big Mao. Just installing our drivers here. Here's our graphics card driver. Put down some custom desktop icons. I'll do a video on how to make them. Horizon Master. Copied over. These fans are still loud. I have to put a custom curve in for them. They're good fans. Okay. Cat's like, what the fuck is going on here?
He's not too sure.
Big mouth. Nah, he's out.
That's better.
There we go.
Doesn't sound like a jet engine.
No IQ. Why does my Ethernet keep disconnecting and reconnecting? It failed again. This is the third time. Oh, and it's going to force a restart on us. Excellent. I love forced restarts. They're my favourite. Yeah, I know, I need to put a custom fan curve on it from BIOS. Yeah, but it's responding to the CPU temperature. So if I don't have it properly tuned, as soon as Dragon Center opens, it'll shut up because I keyed that into Dragon Center before. See? Dragon Center opened up and it's applied my software adjustment. Alright, set the date and time. This is a local pickup. Let's turn off all the annoying shit that starts up automatically that we don't necessarily need. I hate it when it does this. Sweet as. Alright, we've got one final restart and then we can run our benchmarks and stress test. Alrighty, sorry about that. Okay, I think we have problems with the GeForce Experience not installing. There we go. No problems with our Wi-Fi speed. So it is our Ryzen 5 5600G. Oh, there's one thing I haven't done.
And another thing.
And we'll set up the stats we want to see in our overlay. Oh, GPU 1 and 2, what are we seeing as GPU 1 and 2? Okay, so GPU 1 is being detected as our 3060 Ti. Alright, cool. Alrighty. I'm getting COVID. Okay, so now we can run some benchmarks. So this number here below RAM is how many frames per second it's currently running at. So a nice 250 frames per second in the opening scene here. We'll let this run through and then we'll install our SSD and we will be pretty much good to go. And as you saw from the CPU Z results, it's basically a 5600X, but just slightly clocked just slightly lower than a 5600X. Makes absolute minuscule difference in games. Oh, that doesn't look like it's displaying our 3060 Ti, does it? 0% utilization. I think we might have to change that. Obviously what Firmark was detecting as GPU 1 and 2 was different to what Reaver Tuner was detecting as 1 and 2. That's great. How am I meant to know? So there we go. Alright, let's set up that SSD and let's fix the overlay so it's actually showing the correct GPU. Alright, so we'll set up our new SSD. There we go. There it is there. Why did I close that? Okay, so we don't want that. So we want GPU 2. And see here it says it's calling the other one a GA104A. Which is a 3060 Ti, same as the 3070 and 3070 Ti. Okay, so now we'll run our next one and we'll be able to see the correct graphics card stats. That's looking about right. Yeah. Alright, that looks like it's cycling through now. Did I miss the end scene? That one can be a bit confusing as to whereabouts it is in the benchmark. A lot of the scenes look pretty similar. So now we'll do our 4K benchmark. Shit. Wait, babe, check this out. Yesterday on the Ipswich motorway. Red Bank. Alrighty. There it is. So no worries, running 4K 60 frames a second.
Fucking hell.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Alrighty, so we'll start up our stress test here. Pretty full on, eh?
Yeah.
Alright, let's get this started.
The dangers of driving up the wrong way on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. That Poor family.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish I didn't see that now. Kind of makes me want to cry.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
The driver of the car going the wrong way could have had drugs and alcohol in his system, or could have also been wanting that to happen and, like, unfortunately using somebody else's way out. Let's see what the investigation leads to.
What's up?
Oh, I was just thinking about that stretch of road. Like, I know that's, like, bit of road. It's really flat and wide. It happened at 11 p.m. at night.
Mm-hmm. Would have been like no one around. That's what's weird about it.
Like, you could see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she was distracted by something happening in the car.
So we're putting the stock cooler here to the test. I would not recommend someone buy this CPU with the stock cooler on it and do video rendering, which is what this is kind of emulating. Really? Okay, BIOS only tuning. So if I wanted to render, if I could only have the stock cooler on this and I wanted to do video rendering, what I would do personally is I'd probably set that core frequency there to just 4 gigahertz. And I think that alone, don't worry about power, just leave that all on standard settings. Just drop that down to 4,000. And that'll drop down probably 8 degrees, I reckon. So if you wanted to use this hardware and you wanted to do video rendering, you wanted to work it really hard, and you wanted to have the stock cooler, that's the sort of thing that I would do. However, in gaming, we're not ever going to see temperatures like this while we're gaming. So I'm not too concerned seeing it getting up here on the stress test, because we do just have the stock cooler installed here, so not really a big deal. It's a gaming PC, it's not going to be used for video editing. That'll be few and far between, I believe. And video editing is a different workload to streaming, just FYI. Now we just dropped back down from 92 to 91. It looks like we've hit a threshold there around the 92 degree mark. I don't think these fans are going to let it get much warmer than that. Yeah. There's quite a lot of air moving out the back of this case. I can't feel any heat. How's that graphics card going? Yeah, cool as. No worries there at all. So yeah, I think this might be where we leave it for tonight. Unless anyone has any other final questions for me before we sign off. There's a few people still watching. Looks like we're just about to get a big storm.
Oh no, I clicked on the wrong one. That's you.
But it's showing southeast Queensland. Yep. Sunshine Coast, northern suburbs, and how far west is that? Yeah. So Brisbane Valley, Scenic Rim, Ipswich, North Brisbane, probably Southside and Logan.
West of Dalby.
Yeah, okay, cool. Bit of rain for anyone watching in Queensland. But no, I think this is where we're going to leave it for tonight. So thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you all in the next video.